Oh, hi, I'm Rhapsody. Right now, we actually need to be discussing AEW because last night's episode of Dynamite is pretty much fucking embarrassing. Like, this entire episode last night was completely embarrassing. Okay. It's very clear. It's very clear that Tony Khan has no idea what the fuck he's doing running a professional wrestling company. It's very clear that he prioritizes being a wrestling fan first rather than running a company first. Like, this guy doesn't have the slightest clue of running a fucking professional wrestling company. So, you know what happened last night? Like, apparently Tony Khan decided it was a good idea to show the footage between CM Punk and Jack Perry and the physical altercation that went on between them that led to CM Punk getting fired. And the event took place at the All In event in London, England at the Wembley Stadium. And truth be told, congratulations, Tony Khan. You pretty much incriminated yourself because everything that CM Punk was telling the truth about, every little detail in that video, every little detail in that CCTV footage corroborates CM Punk's story. So he was telling the truth all along. And apparently in the footage, CM Punk said that he quit the company. So I don't know who to believe at this point. Either CM Punk got fired or he quit. I don't know what the fuck happened. Because CM Punk said that he quit the company and Tony Khan saying that he got fired. I believe CM Punk on everything else, but I don't know who to believe on fucking CM Punk's employment status with the company. Either he got fired or he quit. I don't know what happened. But here's the thing. Like, Tony Khan, when he addressed the physical altercation that happened and when he addressed CM Punk's supposed termination from the company, he said that he felt as if his life was in danger. Like, come on, it's a fucking fight. Like, it's literally a physical scuffle where people are just yelling, screaming, and cursing at each other. Like, are you actually that much of a spineless fucking coward that you don't even know how to fucking fight? You run a multi-million-dollar professional wrestling company. You literally run a combat sports organization. And you're over here telling me you don't know how to fight. That pretty much proves everything I need to know about you, Tony. You're a fucking coward. You have no brain. You have no testicles. You have no spine. You have no backbone. You lack self-awareness. You lack common sense. You lack a moral compass. You lack discipline. I don't think you're in any position to be running a professional wrestling company if this is the kind of person you are. Nothing more than a gutless piece of fucking shit. I need to compose myself because right now I am not in the right headspace to be dealing with this. But yeah, like, apparently AEW ended up doing their own version of the finger poke of doom. And if you guys know what the finger poke of doom was, and trust me, a lot of people in the professional wrestling industry know what the finger poke of doom was. So let's talk about that. So everyone knows the finger poke of doom was an incident that happened on January 4th, 1999 at the Georgia Dome in Atlanta, Georgia, during a live broadcast of WCW Monday Nitro. So this was the event. This was the day that ultimately caused WCW Monday Nitro's lead in the ratings for 83 consecutive weeks to come to an end. So on that same episode, Tony Schiavone, yes, the same Tony Schiavone who used to work for WCW but is now working for AEW, gave away the results of their Monday Night War rival WWF, now WWE. and their flagship show, Monday Night Raw, which was nicknamed Raw is War. And he pretty much revealed that former WCW wrestler Mick Foley was set to win the WWF Championship. The revelation of this was done with the intent of trying to deter Nitro viewers from switching to Raw. But literally 600,000 people changed the channel from WCW programming to Monday Night Raw to watch Mick Foley's victory. And when people tuned back to watch Nitro, there were only 5 minutes left on the broadcast. And the reason why this feels like a rehash of that, why I feel like history is repeating itself, is because Tony Khan apparently thought it was a good idea to show that CCTV footage. You know, CM Punk and Jack Perry could legally sue Tony Khan for this because both of their likenesses are being featured on AEW programming without their express written consent. So at this point, like, I would see a situation where both CM Punk and Jack Perry are legally entitled to financial compensation because of this. Like, at this point, I want to see Tony Khan and AEW go out of business because clearly Tony Khan doesn't know what the fuck he's doing or how to run a professional wrestling company. Oh, and get this. Like, a while ago, I remember my brother told me this, that AEW would end up copyright striking people's channels for uploading AEW content, especially content that aims to criticize anything AEW related. That pretty much that further proves how much of a spineless fucking coward Tony Khan really is. So good going, Tony Khan. You had one job, and that was to make your company a true alternative to WWE's programming. You had one job, and that was to make AEW something that wrestling fans could all enjoy, appreciate, and love. But you fucking ruined it. I hope you're happy with yourself. Because I thought that you would actually be one of those people who actually cares about the fans, but you don't care about the fans. All you care about is whether or not your feelings are hurt. You fucking pussy. So again, at this point, I thought I was going to get back into watching AEW. Because the new era they had looked extremely promising. But at this point, I don't see myself ever watching AEW again. Sorry, Tony Khan. I don't watch professional wrestling content produced by pussies. Because you're a pussy, you fucking pussy. Now, let's talk about this. Let's continue talking about this. Because because this actually made me really fucking angry. Like, I shouldn't be angry about this because this has nothing to do with me. But as a wrestling fan, I should be. Wrestling is my passion. And, you know, watching wrestling is my passion, and I want to be a professional wrestler. Like, even after I go to college, I've mentioned this before, and I will continue to watch wrestling until the day I die. So, what happened here? Like, this was definitely the footage, showing the CCTV footage of the fight with Tony Khan. No, showing the CCTV footage with CM Punk and Jack Perry was definitely the final nail in the coffin. Like this backfired horrendously. Instead of just ignoring CM Punk's comments, Tony Khan decided it was a good idea. Tony Khan apparently decided it was a good idea to throw a temper tantrum and build an entire episode of Dynamite centering or revolving around a guy who hasn't been in the company for 7 fucking months. This guy's basically incapable of running this guy's pretty much incapable of moving on. It's obviously done under the guise of building to yet another Young Bucks versus FTR match. Of course, in those kind of matches, literally nothing of merit is going to happen. It's just another tedious match that people have seen. We've seen the same old song and dance over and over and over again. Give me a fucking break. We've done this before. Like I said, all this did was prove Punk right. All this completely corroborated CM Punk's story. It made Jack Perry look like an even bigger geek than he already is. Tony Khan is still a fucking weakling for saying that a 10-second scuffle made him fear for his life. You are not a fucking victim. I suggest you stop acting like it. Like, seriously. Like, Tony Khan, you are not a good boss. Like, I've said this before and I'll say it again. Like, you are not a good boss. And when it comes to professional wrestling, compared to Triple H, you don't make art. You make shit. You have always made shit. And this episode is a primary example of Tony Khan, you have no morals. You have no common sense. Stop acting like you do. And maybe, just maybe, I'll have the slightest ounce of respect for you. Oh wait, I won't. Because all of the respect I had for you died a long time ago. Why? Give me one good reason why I should show any ounce of respect to a fucking pussy who doesn't even know what he's doing. Like, Tony Schiavone had an obvious look of despair on his face. He was definitely having WCW 2000 flashbacks. Or rather, WCW 1999 flashbacks. Like, apparently, this worked out so well that the crowd was chanting CM Punk, CM Punk, CM Punk, while the footage was showing, and then later again, when the Young Bucks were in the ring during a Kazuchika Okada match where literally nothing of merit happened. Yeah. Like I said, Tony Khan could have just ignored a comment that didn't even mention him, but clearly it struck a nerve with him and he felt that it was a good idea. He clearly felt the need to respond with the lame comeback. And then we have this. Renee Paquette was obviously uncomfortable while that was going on. Like, that was such an awful, awful position to put her in. Like, how many people watching even knew what the fuck he was talking about? Like, literally nothing else literally nothing else on this show mattered. Like, all of it was a bunch of filler shit. It was all filler and tedious nonsense. Literally nothing of merit happened last night. And also, Mercedes Moné, her appearance also had nothing of merit happening. Like, she's been presented very, very horribly. Like, all of this drama also undercut that awful Edge promo that we saw during the previous week. So, way to make him look like a fucking retard. Congratulations. Congratulations. You have officially lost a viewer, Tony Khan. I will no longer be watching any of AEW's content, whether it be Dynamite, Rampage, or Collision. You have all failed us. You have all failed us. Like, there's just no other way to say it. Clearly, Tony Khan has not only lost the plot, but he's gone out the deep end. He's lost his mind, too. Like, in what world would actually airing the CM Punk and Jungle Boy altercation on live national television enhance an angle or benefit the product in any capacity? Like, all it did was corroborate CM Punk's story, and it gave an accurate account of what actually happened at All In. And of course, Will Ospreay's over there talking about Triple H. God damn it, you can't go one day without talking about without like throwing shots at your competition, can you? Like, it lives rent free in your head. Like, look at me, I'm gonna talk about AEW. Like, I'm gonna talk about WWE because I'm a fucking schizo. I'm a fucking schizo who can't get over the fact that my competition is doing better than me. You're fucking stupid. You're pathetic. Like, and you know what? And you know what? I hope you never have kids in the future, Tony Khan. And based on the kind of person you are, I doubt you're going to. But I hope you never have kids. Because honestly, like, and the reason why I say this is because you have low moral standards and you're gonna raise your children to be just as fucking stupid as you are. You're pathetic. You always have been and you always will be pathetic. Like, this felt like a major spit in the face to all your fans. I would literally kill a man, an honest, decent, hardworking family man, for the chance to see someone purchase AEW from Tony Khan Because I think that when Tony Khan purchased Ring of Honor Wrestling from Sinclair Broadcast Group, it was one of the worst things he's ever done. Because apparently, thanks to Tony Khan, Ring of Honor has fallen further and further into the shadows of obscurity and irrelevancy. You should have let Sinclair continue operating Ring of Honor. I won't lie. Despite the fact that I absolutely hate Sinclair Broadcast Group as a company, especially since they keep shoving their conservative beliefs in everyone's faces, and they're literally kissing the ass and sucking the dick of the Republican Party. They actually did a good job with how they ran and presented Ring of Honor Wrestling. Okay, so Kerry Silkin did a great job, and Sinclair did an even better job than the founder of the company, Rob Feinstein, ever did. Yeah, I'm never gonna forgive Rob Feinstein. Remember that time he tried to solicit a young 14-year-old boy for sex? Yeah. Fuck you, Rob Feinstein. And fuck you too, Tony Khan. Neither of you are worthy or deserving of anyone's respect. What else do I need to say? Like, congratulations. Like, I don't know why you thought that using that footage was gonna be a good idea to bring in ratings, but you single-handedly killed any semblance of credibility that you once had. Like, literally every time these we have people cutting promos that mention WWE, like, it always feels like a cheap shot from these fucking crybabies. Oh my god. So this episode actually got a large amount of negative reviews on Cage Match, and I'm reading some of them right now, and one of them said, and I quote, one of them said, wait, where is it? Oh, here it is. And I quote, "If you take out the footage, the only thing really carrying Dynamite this week's episode of Dynamite was a whole bunch of nothing. Tony, Punk doesn't work for you anymore. It's time to move on and stop acting like a child. It's hard to believe he devoted TV time for something that happened months ago. Cry me a river, TK." I agree. I'm very, very, very disappointed in you, AEW. I'm very disappointed in you, Tony. Like, you guys have officially hit your finger poke of doom episode. You guys are never going to recover from this. From the baffling decision to show that CM Punk described the Jack Perry incident accurately, to Will Ospreay embarrassing himself cutting a promo. This is definitely the beginning of the end. AEW was a good wrestling company, but at this point, AEW is like the Titanic, and it's sinking at a rapidly alarming rate. Because its founder is a fucking irresponsible moron. I always knew AEW would end up being the next WCW. Don't expect me to start watching AEW ever again. Because, honestly, I'm glad that Tony Khan is facing an immense amount of backlash on Twitter right now. He fucking deserves this. Every little bit of it. And for any of the things I've said about Tony Khan, I'm not apologizing. I am 100% refusing to apologize for being as blunt and honest with my opinions as I possibly can. I really need to calm down. Thank you guys so much for listening to me ranting, raving, and rambling. I'm sorry. There's just no way I can form a coherent opinion with a fucking retard like Tony Khan in the mix. If you guys enjoyed this video, feel free to leave a like and subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss a beat, because I post new content quite frequently, and it's almost every single day. I will be watching TNA Impact tonight, but I won't be live streaming it. Hopefully TNA will give me a palate cleanser to get that bad taste of last night's edition of Dynamite out of my mouth. Fuck you, Tony. This has been your host, Rhapsody, and I will see you guys next time. Until next time, take care of yourselves and each other. Stay blessed, and of course, stay sexy. Peace.